Your parivar is not Hindu parivar, I doubt. Sometimes I feel, Vasuki, you are here? Very sure you are here. Parivar, it is not Hindu parivar. It is something other than that. Your parivar is flourishing. Parivar of Adanis, Ambanis, unscrupulous, profiteers, scoundrels. Everywhere your parivar is not a Hindu parivar. It is the parivar of looters. You have more interest with them, not with the people, with those Hindus who are suffering because of unemployment, because of poverty, because of disease. How many families you have encouraged to return back to their home and own place? Tell us. BJP, government is, BJP leadership is, you can't compete with them in marketing lies, in distorting facts. They have everything now. They have the channels. They have the media under control. They have the money. And they don't allow any institution to function. They have decimated every institution. Many have lost their dear ones. Many have lost. Many got evicted from their home and hearth. Full flow of tears. Orphans, widows, by those very persons who claim to be mujahideen. They have not discriminated between a Kashmiri Pandit and a big Maulvi. They have not. I saw them, I saw their face. It was a terrible for me to get confronted with such a situation, with such a tragedy. They could not speak. Since 2014, you have been holding the power. We just want you to put your record before the people of the country. And you are putting now in the forum of hijab. Wow! You have nothing to offer to Karnataka. You don't have anything to offer to younger generation in terms of job, in terms of better life. You don't have to offer anything. Chennai remains a hope for us. At least where we can talk, where we can listen, where we can have some patience. And that is what we and our seniors at different levels have been aspiring for. That's how, if you ask me, what should all of us together strive for? Togetherness. Talking together, discussing issues, finding out solutions to our problems together. That is the road ahead. That is the essential element for our forward movement. Not for Tamil alone, Tamil Nadu, but for all of us from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. I could not follow our seniors here because of my inability to follow Tamil, but I have to learn, if at all I get some time more. But exactly, I have heard that this has been under now debate, a talking point everywhere, Kashmir fights, Hiliman, Kashmir situation, Kashmir tragedies. But I just want to remind you first, you remember when we last visited, I visited and we met here in this very hall? That was another hall, but in this city, 2018. 2018. I still remember I said, the path chosen by those who are mandated to rule the country now, who are in command, they are deviating from what they had promised to the countrymen during elections in 2014. I said it. I said it that something other than what the agenda formulated by our great leaders, those who led the freedom movement, those who, after achieving freedom, sat together and discussed the future course for all of us. And framed a path, constructed a vision for our future, for our onward march. That was the Constituent Assembly. That very Constituent Assembly which gave us a direction in the form of a constitution, I said at that time, to me it seems is under serious stress and strain. I narrated something about Kashmir, something which was promised to the people of Kashmir, something which the people of Kashmir aspired and waited for a long. But unfortunately, something other than what was promised is happening. I said it in 2018. What happened in 2019, quite alarming, quite unfortunate. Not for us there in Kashmir alone. I got the chance because of the efforts of my party with which I am associated. Its General Secretary Sitaram Yechuri, despite his efforts twice, he could not meet me. But finally he succeeded because of some intervention from the apex court. And I got an opportunity for treatment in Delhi, and thereby I got an opportunity to talk to the country. When I told my party friends that I want to talk now, they said, it is not advisable, better it will be, you get well, we will talk. I said, no. I have to share my pain. I have come to a hospital for treatment, but the pain which I am facing, small hospital cannot treat that pain. I need treatment from a bigger hospital. My bigger hospital is the great country, men of this great country, India. I want to talk to them, share my pain with them. Allow me. What is that pain? It's not my pain. I have been repeatedly talking about the tragedies which the people of Kashmir have undergone. Primarily during the past 30 years of violence, extremism, suppression. Many have lost their dear ones. Many have lost. Many got evicted from their home and hearth. Full flow of tears, orphans, widows, those who lost dear ones, those who lost their support. Tell me now, I request you, how to differentiate the tears, how to differentiate the pain which our brothers, sisters in Kashmir have faced. How will you explain a pain of one person called MLA Yusuf Tarigami? He was Yusuf, and much before the migration of us Kashmiris, particularly Kashmiri Pandits, he was killed. What about his children? What about those who were relying, who were dependent on him? How do you categorize that pain? My question, my appeal for this whole community of the people of my country, please consider. Please consider, is this the Muslim pain? Now, Tiklal Tepilu, one advocate, a senior advocate, a Kashmiri Pandit was killed. Tell me, I am asking myself as a citizen, Yusuf, how do you differentiate between one pain and another pain? I have said, in my locality, Kulgam, I don't know, when I was again one of the persons who was forced to leave my home. And I know leaving a home is not a privilege for any person. Any person gets evicted, displaced. It is a painful journey. I received my brothers, sisters, aged young children from Kashmiri Pandits who left their home and hearth. Why did they leave? They had not come for the picnic. I said it in Jammu in front of governor's house that these are the people who have been forced to leave their home, not out of their choice, out of the trying circumstances. There were many people. You know, you might have heard Mir Wise Kashmir, a big name, Maulvi Muhammad Farooq. He was considered to be one of the very senior leaders, religious leader, political leader. He was killed. By whom? By whom? By those very persons who claim to be Mujahideen. They have not discriminated between a Kashmiri Pandit and a big Maulvi. They have not. There is a village called Chhati Singhpora in North Kashmir, near in Pahalgam area, which is where people go for yatra. Amarnath Yatra, nearby. 6 were target. You know, when I visited the next day there, one family was there, one house was there, mother and father, both of them were killed. Small kids were there, 2, 3. I saw them, I saw their face. It was terrible for me to get confronted with such a situation, with such a tragedy. They could not speak. They did not speak. But there was a flow of tears. Tell me how to differentiate that. whose tears they are, in which category you want to put those tears. You want to discriminate this pain with that pain and all that, and you are creating piles in some studio, somewhere like Bollywood pictures. My film, my fire is something bigger than that, better than that, better than that. I only appeal to this, to the countrymen, please do not discriminate between my pain and his pain or her pain. This pain, I only appeal, you can't do much. If you can't do anything, if you can't heal my wounds, I'm asking you, just try to heal them. Just try to heal them. You have nothing to offer to the people of this great country. You had promised it. Sabka saath, sabka vikas, all of us will move together. For what? Since 2014, you have been holding the power. We just want you to put your record before the people of the country. And you are putting now in the forum of hijab. Wow! You have nothing to offer to Karnataka. You don't have anything to offer to younger generation in terms of job, in terms of better life. You don't have to offer anything to confront the price rise, to arm our people with some amount of purchasing capacity. You don't have. Sabka saath. Not for any Tamil worker, not for any Karnataka worker, not for any Punjab peasant, Haryana peasant or UP peasant. But Sabka saath is under the garb of Hindutva. You are promoting your partner, your parivar is not Hindu parivar, I doubt. Sometimes I feel, Vasuki, you are here? Very sure you are here. Parivar, it is not Hindu parivar. It is something other than that. Otherwise, Hindu is dying with hunger. We are in now, we have achieved something, we have gone up in the hunger list. And we have said to the whole world, hum kisi se kam nahi, we are not. We are ahead of Bangladesh, even not in anything, in hunger. Who is dying with hunger? Hindu is dying. Muslim is dying, Sikh is dying, Christian is dying. But despite all that, your parivar is flourishing. Parivar of Adanis, Ambanis, unscrupulous, profiteers, scoundrels. Everywhere your parivar is not a Hindu parivar, it is the parivar of looters. You have more interest with them, not with the people, with those Hindus who are suffering because of unemployment, because of poverty, because of disease. But you have one weapon only to offer, to divide us. But you cannot succeed. This experiment has been, even in certain other situations experienced by our people. There was partition, a bloodbath. There was violence in Lahore, there was violence in Amritsar. There was violence in Dhaka, there was violence in Calcutta. There was violence even Jammu. But my dear friends, there was not a single violent incident in Kashmir. I am not asking anything big. I am appealing to the civil society of Tamilmint. I am appealing to the writers. I am appealing to all the segments of our society here. Please listen to us. I want that Kashmir back. That Kashmir. That's my dream. When there was a choice for a Kashmiri, when there was an appeal from the other side on the name of religion, it was the land of Nandarishi, a big saint. It remains a big land of Laladed. Historical figures. When the whole subcontinent was bleeding and burning, it was Kashmir, there was a flame of love and affection. That flame is nowhere seen now. Who did what? I am not asking the authorities, I am not asking the big courts. I am asking the bigger court of the people of India. Make a judgment. Who has destroyed that Kashmir? That Kashmir which gave a message that religion cannot be the basis of nationhood. They said, we are Muslims, we are proud to be, of being Muslims. When Red Horse came here, it is the Muslim woman which provided shelter to her sister Kashmiri Pandit girl. This is the history. This is the tradition. Give us back that Kashmir. Give us back that tradition. And that's why I passionately appeal to all the political segments of our society who have settled in mind the values of freedom struggle to reconsider where we are moving, where we are going. It's not a question me at stake. It's only the question of today. It comes to my door, knocks at my door. You remain unconcerned. Who knows tomorrow will be your turn. Don't close your door. Don't close your window. You can't do anything, but at least keep it open. It's the question of they come for me, you remain indifferent. Next day they come for you, the another person remains indifferent. The cycle goes on. And the last moment when somebody wants somebody to help him or her, there is nobody there. In the mahalla, in that area, who will cry, who will share the pain? Before that situation arises, before that happens, I am sure that people of India will not allow that to happen. I am very sure that people of India have long traditions of struggles, togetherness. They will fight back. not fight back. For revenge or on anything, but they will fight back in defense of their rights, in defense of the rights of all sections of the population. Kashmir file is one part of, distorted part of the long film of Kashmir tragedies. I only appeal to the people of India. Tragedy is a tragedy. We appeal to you, help us in healing the wounds, in putting an end to the tragedies, in facilitating the return, dignified return of our brothers, sisters called Kashmiri Pandits back to their home. I said in Mumbai, that will be an Eid for me. That will be Eid for me. When those friends are encouraged to come back. Simple question to those who are in authority. You have been in power since 2014. You have been in alliance in Jammu and Kashmir. You have been directly ruling Jammu and Kashmir. 7-8 years. Please just tell us, what have you done for Kashmiri Pandits? Tell us. Tell this country. Just marketing their pain for electoral ends, stop it. You have been in command of Jammu and Kashmir since 2014, both at the state level and central level. How many families you have encouraged to return back to their home and own place? Tell us. The whole experience tells us, if anything to learn from this, BJP, government is, BJP leadership is, you can't compete with them in marketing lies, in distorting facts. They have everything now. They have the channels. They have the media under control. They have the money. And they don't allow any institution to function. They have decimated every institution. This is the record of their performance for the last so many years. You could not get time, you could not use any resource for the rehabilitation of those unfortunate section of our society, my brothers, sisters, Kashmiri Pandits, back in Srinagar, back in Kashmir. They know how to market us, market our pain, market our tragedy, market our tears. That's why I had said it earlier. I said it in Delhi. What they have done vis-a-vis Kashmir, it's not the end of the story. It is just a beginning of a process. They have dismantled everything, whatever was legitimately given to us by the Constituent Assembly of India. They have destroyed the bond of the relationship between the people of Jammu and Kashmir with the Union. And still they claim that we have done something good for the people. They claim to be masters of my choice. They claim to be deciding for me, but without me. The real strength of this great country, the real strength of the democratic constitutional process has been this station is a station. People are sovereign. I do agree, all of us agree, territories are important. Territories are important, but much more important are the people who are living in territories. Minus people, territories have no meaning. Chennai is because of the population here. Minus population, Chennai is not having any meaning. Just tell me, friends, today many things are being propagated about Kashmir. Now our patriotism is being questioned. We are crying, what we are demanding. Earlier, the extremists were killing the political leaders, attacking the political activists. Just they are participating in electoral process. They are taking oath on Constitution. Now we are demanding today, give us what is guaranteed by the constitutional provisions. We are not asking anything other than that. But there is ED, Enforcement Directorate. Enforcement Directorate has to hunt us. He has the authority to certify about my being citizen of this country. CBI will be in force. NIA is there. Public Safety Act is there. APSAPA is there. Can you just, in Northeast, they have suffered too much. But now this government, what they are doing in Tripura, in other areas, even in Assam, horrible. Even in Assam, the minorities are, it's too difficult for them. Under one pretext or the other, they are being evicted from their, whatever little households are there, a little land is there. They have created havoc. And now they have offered some relief for them, a piecemeal, a token relief, reducing the areas of APSAPA operation, a colonial law, in operation in Northeast, in operation since 90, in Jammu and Kashmir. Home Minister has said that there is now peace, and Home Minister always says in Parliament and outside, we have succeeded in controlling violence in Kashmir and we have succeeded in restoring peace there. Mr. Amit Shah, why two yardsticks? If there is peace in Kashmir, what is the necessity of using Armed Forces Special Powers Act? Why don't you withdraw it from that place? They are claiming we have held elections, parliamentary, panchayat and all that. Jammu Kashmir is one area. Since 2018 till date, they could not hold elections for assembly. We don't have any assembly. And all of us know, in UP when new state was created, in Andhra Pradesh when Telangana was created, in Bihar there was some discussion, there was some debate in civil society, in assemblies. Media was involved. It's only in Kashmir. The masters in Delhi can divide the historic state. historic state. Kashmir has 5,000 years history. They could divide it. They could divide it by clamp down. First, crackdown, internet shutdown. Even a patient was not having the opportunity to talk to the doctor. Can you imagine? A student working, studying outside, he was not having any contact with his ailing parents. Somebody working outside for earning some livelihood, all of a sudden there was communication breakdown, no contact. And then the great democracy decided to divide us, create two separate states, not states, downgrade it into municipality, union territory. I just request you, if it happens anywhere else in the country, what will be the response of the people there? We are not asking for sikais. Once Narasimha Rao said on the floor of the house, as far as Kashmir is concerned, sikai is the limit. No sir, no sikais. We want just to be what we are. We were not told anything. The whole political leadership, which was once in alliance with BJP in one form or the other, they were arrested. They became anti-national. They became traitors. And civil they claim that we have controlled what? Civil they claim that we have restored peace. When I visited Delhi, then in 2019, one of the senior journalists asked me, there are no protests. I said, I wonder, have you ever reported any protest from Tihar jail? I asked the media persons, tell me, have you ever reported any protest in Tihar jail? Do you think it is different from but settle because of the breakdown of our communication with the rest of the country? There is disinformation. We are being defaced. We are being maligned. We are being condemned. We are being abused. Once upon a time, Gandhiji called Bapu then, I don't know now, Bapu. Today his killer is more important for them, for the Parivar. Killer is more important than the Bapu. Bapu once said, there is some hope in Kashmir. Kashmir was shown the path. When there was option, Kashmiris refused to use the religion as a basis for relationship. Today you are questioning our credibility, you are questioning our patriotism. I must remind this audience, there are great people, very great, who have said that nation loses its meaning if nation is not expressed through the population, which is the real element in that nation. For me, I am what I am as a human being, but I am proud to be part of the great community of the people of India, where Dalits live, where minorities live, where there is a temple, where there is a mosque, where there is a church, where there is a space for all those who don't go anywhere. You see, give me the chance. This is one time chance for me, for this girl, for this child. What she eats, which dress he or she likes, please allow. Don't put conditions. On the question of hijab, you are dividing Karnataka. On the halal, you are dividing. I wonder, is this the idea? Is this the dream? A future dream for building a prosperous, a bright India? India of hatred, not acceptable to me. India of discrimination, not acceptable to me. Any narrative which divides us, which disrupts our unity, I won't allow, and I will resist. I will appeal to you, only appeal to you. I don't seek any favor for me. I seek favor for all of us. The favor is, we have been together, we have to be together, we will march together. That is our aspiration. If that spirit is there, we can understand each other's pain, we can understand each other's situation. If that spirit, it is that very spirit which this unfortunate Hindutva authoritarian ideology is trying to impose on this great country, great nation. I appeal to every shade of opinion, not on the basis of electoral politics. You may vote for him, for this or for that. Choice is yours. But we are at such a situation where the survival of all of us, survival of the country as a whole, nation as a whole, that's at stake. We can't afford getting divided. We can't afford confronting each other. We may have differences, we may have different likes, we may have different choices, but that is the beauty of this great country. That is the beauty, that's the good music. Separation from each other, fighting against each other, abusing, accusing each other. I may be the target today, who knows who is the target next day. Before it is too late, I appeal to you, I appeal all the shades of saner voices. I appeal to all those who still feel concerned about the future of the country. Unite. Raise your voice. Raise your voice. We can, we shall defeat them, those who want to divide us, who want to disrupt us, who want to destroy us. We can and we shall defeat them. I will only appeal to you, friends, I will not overburden you. Kashmir has been pushed to the wall. A relief, a support for them. Think about Kashmir. Think about the people of Kashmir. My request to every citizen is, don't leave us alone. They want to isolate us from the rest. We don't want to get isolated. Please support in this endeavor. Please understand our pain, please understand our feelings. They want to push us to the wall. We have chosen a path long before being together, and we have said it earlier, we will continue to sing this song of togetherness with the rest of the people of India, from Bengal, from Tamilmint, Kerala to Kashmir. I hope in this evening, providing me an opportunity to share my feelings with you, it's not just feelings of a political worker, these are the feelings of a concerned citizen, a citizen who only appeals to the countrymen, no favor, just to not to misunderstand me. I appeal to every individual, please, please try to understand me, my feelings. And I hope, I'm very sure about it, that we don't rely upon the government, we don't rely upon those who are distorting everything, destroying everything, whatever has been achieved by our freedom fighters. We don't rely on them, we don't trust them, they don't trust us, we don't trust them, but we trust the great traditions. We trust the traditions of Bhagat Singh, Rajguru and Ashfaqullah. They were together faced the gallows. We will face together the challenges ahead. It's not the question of power, it's the question of working together in defense of our constitutional rights, working together in defense of a better future, dignified future, a future not on the base which is based on hatred, division, disruption, a future based on, despite diversity, on our united resolve to build a bright future for our younger generation, for our marginalized sections of the population, for minorities, for each one of us. I think that is something which deserves to be attended by all of us. That is something which deserves to be put in front of the whole country. I'll be waiting here in Kashmir with this feeling that the decision I have made, my forefathers have made in 47, I should not repent on that. I should not say that was a wrong decision. Make me proud of that decision, of joining you, joining the people here. Make me proud of that. You can do it by sending a message of togetherness. Even if you are here, you cannot do much, but nevertheless, your word is sufficient for me. That will encourage me, that will give me life, that will give me oxygen to move forward, to defend the values which all of us love, which all of us have been cherishing so far, which remains the basis of our unity. I hope, cutting across, we have formed this friend, communal harmony. It is exactly not so simple communal harmony, not for so simple secularism. It is a question of surviving together. It is the question of moving together. It is the question of making the future together. a great dream, a great dream. I hope it will be realized. Thank you very much.
எவ்வளவுதான் பெரிய மருத்துவமனையில் சென்றாலும் கிடைக்கக்கூடிய சிகிச்சை என்பது பெரிய அளவுக்கில்லை. ஆனால் இந்திய நாட்டு மக்களிடம் பெறக்கூடிய அன்பும் ஆதரவும் தான் மிகப்பெரிய சிகிச்சையாக நமக்கு காஷ்மீர்களுக்கு அமைந்திருக்கிறது என்பதை இந்த நேரத்தில் நான் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்ள ஆசைப்படுகிறேன். மிகப்பெரிய அடக்குமுறைகளை அவர்கள் காஷ்மீர் மக்கள் மேல் அவிழ்த்து விட்டு கொண்டே இருக்கிறார்கள். காஷ்மீர் இன்றைக்கு அமைதியாக இருக்கிறது என்று இந்தியாவினுடைய உள்துறை அமைச்சர் கூறுகிறார். அப்படி என்றால் எதற்கு இராணுவ சட்டங்களை காஷ்மீரிலே மீண்டும் இன்றைக்கு அமலாக்க வேண்டிய அவசியம் என்ன ஏற்பட்டிருக்கிறது? அப்படி அமைதி திரும்புகிறது என்றால் காஷ்மீரில் 2018ஆம் ஆண்டு முதல் இன்றைக்கு வரை மாநில சட்டமன்றத்திற்கான தேர்தலை நடத்த முடியவில்லையே என்கின்ற கேள்வி எழுகிறது. எனவே எல்லாத்துக்கும் பொய்களை கூறுவது என்பது இன்றைக்கு அவர்களுடைய வாடிக்கையாக மாறி இருக்கிறது. அதுபோல காஷ்மீரிலே இந்த காஷ்மீர் ஃபைல் என்கின்ற படத்தை எடுத்து அதில் ஏதோ இன்னும் காஷ்மீர் பண்டிட்டுகள் தான் அதிலே பாதிக்கப்பட்டார்கள் என்கின்ற ஒரு புனை கதையை இன்றைக்கு உலவ விடுகிறார்கள். உண்மையிலே முகமது யூசுப் கல்வாரி என்கின்றவர் ஒரு புலம்பெயர்ந்த தொழிலாளர். அவர் காஷ்மீர் பண்டிட்டுகளுக்கு முன்னாலாகவே அவர் கொலை செய்யப்பட்டார். அவர் குடும்பத்திற்கு யார் பதில் சொல்வது என்கின்ற கேள்வி இங்கே எழுகிறது. அதுபோல டிக்லோ என்கின்ற ஒரு மிகப்பெரிய வழக்கறிஞர், அவரும் ஒரு காஷ்மீர் பண்டிட், அவரும் கொலை செய்யப்பட்டார். இதெல்லாம் மதத்தின் அடிப்படையில் நடக்கக்கூடிய கொலைகளா? இல்லை, மனிதத்துக்கு எதிராக ஏற்படுகின்ற அந்த உணர்வுகளின் அடிப்படையிலே அந்த கொலைகள் நடக்கிறது என்பதைத்தான் நாம் பார்க்க வேண்டும். ஆனால் இன்றைக்கு இதையெல்லாம் ஒரு அரசியல் லாபத்திற்காக, தங்களுடைய அரசியலை கொண்டு செல்வதற்காக இன்னைக்கு பயன்படுத்தக்கூடிய ஒரு அரசியலை இன்றைக்கு இருக்கக்கூடிய ஆட்சியாளர்கள் நடத்தி கொண்டிருக்கிறார்கள் என்பதைத்தான் நாம் பார்க்க வேண்டும். அவர்கள் காஷ்மீர் பண்டிட்டுகளுக்கு ஏராளமாக தாங்கள் செய்ததை போல கூறுகிறார்கள். 2014ஆம் ஆண்டிலிருந்து இன்றைக்கு வரைக்கும் ஆட்சியிலே இருக்கிறார்கள் இன்றைக்கு இருக்கக்கூடிய அரசு. ஆனால் இந்த 8 ஆண்டுகளிலே காஷ்மீரி பண்டிட்டுகளுக்காக இவர்களுடைய ஆட்சியிலே எதையாவது செய்திருக்கிறார்களா? புலம்பெயர்ந்த காஷ்மீரி பண்டிட்டுகளை ஸ்ரீநகருக்கு கொண்டு வருகின்ற அடிப்படை வேலையை இவர்கள் இந்த 8 ஆண்டுகளிலே செய்திருக்கிறார்களா? எந்த விதமான வேலையையும் செய்யாமலேயே காஷ்மீரிய பண்டிட்டுகளை பற்றி பேசுவதன் மூலம் ஒரு பிரிவினையை ஏற்படுத்தலாம் என்கின்ற ஒரு அரசியலைத்தான் தங்கள் சுய லாபத்துக்காக இன்றைக்கு இருக்கக்கூடிய ஆட்சியாளர்கள் பயன்படுத்துகிறார்கள் என்பதை நாம் புரிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டும். அதுதான் இன்றைக்கு நாடு முழுவதும் அவர்கள் மக்களிடம் பிளவு ஏற்படுத்துவதற்கான ஒரு கருவியாக அவர்கள் பயன்படுத்துகிறார்கள். அது கர்நாடகத்தில் என்றால் அது பெண்கள் போடுகின்ற அந்த ஹிஜாப் என்கின்ற அந்த ஆடையை பற்றி அவர்கள் பேசுகிறார்கள். அதுபோல யூபியிலே வேறு விதமாக பேசுகிறார்கள், வங்காளத்திலே வேறு விதமாக பேசுகிறார்கள். எனவே இப்படி ஒவ்வொரு இடத்திலும் மாற்றி மாற்றி பேசுகின்ற வேலையை இன்றைக்கு அவர்கள் திட்டமிட்டு அரங்கேற்றுகிறார்கள். இன்றைக்கு இந்தியா பங்களாதேசத்தோடு போட்டி போடுகின்ற ஒரு நிலைமையிலே இருக்கிறது. எதற்காக அந்த போட்டி என்றால், பசியும் பட்டினியும் பங்களாதேஷை விட அதிகமானவர்கள் இந்தியாவிலே இருக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு நிலைமையிலே போட்டி போட்டு இந்தியா வெற்றி பெற்றிருக்கிறது. ஆனால் இன்றைக்கு அப்படி பசியும் பட்டினியும் பஞ்சத்திலும் இறந்து போகிறவர்கள் யார் என்றால் இந்துக்கள் தான் அதிகமாக இறந்து போகிறார்கள் என்கின்ற உண்மையை கூட அவர்கள் மறைத்து இன்றைக்கு பொய் பேசி ஏதோ ஒரு காஷ்மீரி பண்டிட்டுகளை காஷ்மீரில் இருக்கக்கூடிய முஸ்லீம் மக்கள் தான் கொடுமைப்படுத்துவதை போல ஒரு கதையை கட்டமைத்து அதன் மூலம் மத பிரிவினையை வளர்ப்பதற்கான முயற்சியை இன்றைக்கு அவர்கள் மேற்கொள்கிறார்கள். அதை நாம் புரிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டும். அதற்கு எதிராக நாம் கருத்துக்களை திரட்ட வேண்டிய அவசியம் இருக்கிறது. நாங்கள் என்ன கேட்கிறோம்? காஷ்மீரிகள் எங்களுக்கு எதிராக நடைபெற்ற வன்முறை, எதிராக நடைபெற்ற கொடுமைகளுக்கு எங்களுக்கு மருந்து தடவுவதற்கு இந்த நாடு இழுக்கக்கூடிய மக்கள் எங்களுக்கு உதவ வேண்டும் என்கின்ற ஒரு வேண்டுகோளை தான் நாம் வைக்கிறோம். ஆட்சியாளர்கள் எங்களுக்கு உதவ வேண்டும் என்கின்ற கோரிக்கையை நாம் வைக்கவில்லை. இந்தியாவில் இருக்கக்கூடிய பெரும்பான்மையான வெகுஜன மக்கள் எங்களது உணர்வுகளை புரிந்து கொண்டாலே அதுதான் எங்களுக்கு மிகப்பெரிய வெற்றி என்று நாங்கள் நினைக்கிறோம். அதன் மூலம்தான் இந்த அரசாங்கத்தினுடைய பிரிவினைவாத கொள்கைகளை நம்மால் தோற்கடிக்க முடியும் என்பதை தான் இந்த நேரத்தில் நான் குறிப்பிட விரும்புகிறேன். எங்கள் குரல்களை நீதிமன்றங்கள் கேட்கவில்லை. ஆனால் எங்கள் குரல்களை இந்தியாவில் இருக்கக்கூடிய மக்கள் அன்போடு கேட்டோம் என்றால் அதுவே எங்களுக்கு மிகப்பெரிய காயத்துக்கு போடுகின்ற மருந்தாக மாறும் என்கின்ற அந்த விஷயத்தை நான் இங்கு குறிப்பிட விரும்புகிறேன். விடுதலைக்கு பிறகு மிகப்பெரிய கலவரம் காஷ்மீரில் நிகழ்ந்தது. அந்த நேரத்தில் காஷ்மீரி பெண்களை, காஷ்மீர் பண்டிட் பெண்களை யார் காப்பாற்றினார்கள் என்றால் அங்கு இருக்கக்கூடிய முஸ்லீம் பெண்கள் தான் தங்கள் குடும்பங்களிலே, தங்கள் வீடுகளிலே அங்கு இருக்கக்கூடிய காஷ்மீரி பெண்களுக்கு அடைக்கலம் தந்தார்கள் என்பது இந்தியாவினுடைய பன்முகத்தன்மைக்கான வரலாறு என்பதை இந்த நேரத்தில் நான் இங்கு குறிப்பிட விரும்புகிறேன். அதுபோல இன்றைக்கு எங்களை இரண்டாக பிரித்து விட்டார்கள், காஷ்மீரை இரண்டாக பிரித்து விட்டார்கள். அது ஒரு நகராட்சி போல பிரித்து விட்டார்கள். அது மத்திய ஆளுகைக்குட்பட்ட இடம் என்று சொல்கிறார்கள். ஆனால் நகராட்சிக்கு இருக்கக்கூடிய அதிகாரங்கள் கூட காஷ்மீருக்கு இல்லாத ஒரு நிலைமை என்பது ஏற்பட்டிருக்கிறது. உத்தரப்பிரதேசத்தை பிரித்த போது உத்தரப்பிரதேச மக்களோடு பேசினார்கள், ஆந்திராவை பிரித்த போது ஆந்திர பிரதேச மக்களோடு பேசினார்கள். ஆனால் காஷ்மீரை இரண்டாக உடைக்கும் போது காஷ்மீர் மக்களோடு பேசாத ஒரு துரஷ்டமான நிலைமை இன்றைக்கு இருக்கிறது. இதற்கு யாராவது குரல் கொடுக்கிறார்கள் என்றால் அவர்கள் மேல் இடி, சிபிஐ, என்ஐஏ போன்றவற்றை ஏவி விட்டு அவர்களை அடக்குவதை நாம் பார்க்கிறோம். எனவே இப்படிப்பட்ட நிலைமை தான் இன்றைக்கு காஷ்மீரில் இருக்கிறது. ஆனால் இந்த நிலைமை இன்றைக்கு நாடு முழுவதும் இப்படிப்பட்ட நிலைமைகள் ஏற்படுவதை நாம் பார்க்கிறோம். திரிபுராவில் நடப்பதும் அதுதான், ஆசாமில் நடப்பதும் அதுதான். இன்றைக்கு அவர்கள் என்ன சொல்லுகிறார்கள்? ஏகாதிபத்தியம் கொண்டு வந்த சட்டத்தையே அங்கு கொண்டு வந்து அதற்கான சிறப்பு அந்தஸ்தை கொடுக்க போகிறோம் என்று சொல்லுகிறார்கள். அப்படி என்றால் நாங்கள் என்ன கேட்கிறோம் என்றால், இராணுவத்திற்கு எதற்கு அதிகாரம் கொடுத்து எங்களை அங்கே அடக்குகிறார்கள் என்கின்ற கேள்விதான் நாங்கள் கேட்குவதற்கான தேவை இருக்கிறது என்பதை இந்த நேரத்தில் கூறிக்கொள்கிறேன். என்னுடைய வேண்டுகோள் எல்லாம் இங்கே சென்னையில் இருக்கக்கூடிய நீங்கள் எங்களுடைய குரலை கேளுங்கள். எங்கள் மேல் ஏவிவிட்ட வன்முறைக்கு ஏற்பட்ட காயத்துக்கு மருந்து போடுவதற்கு நீங்கள் தான் உதவ வேண்டும் என்கின்ற வேண்டுகோளை உங்களுக்கு வைக்கிறேன். எங்கள் உணர்வுகளை நீங்கள் பகிர்ந்து கொள்ளுங்கள், எங்களை புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். காஷ்மீரிகள் இந்திய மக்களைப் போல் இந்தியாவை நேசிப்பவர்கள் தான். நானும் கோடிக்கணக்கான இந்தியர்களில் ஒருவன் தான், இந்தியாவை நேசிப்பவன் தான். ஆனால் மக்களாக நாங்கள் நேசிக்கிறோம். எங்களை விளிம்பிலே தள்ளிவிடாதீர்கள், எங்களை காப்பாற்றுங்கள், காஷ்மீரை காப்பாற்றுங்கள். நான் அதுதான் இந்த சென்னையில் வந்து இந்த கூட்டத்தில் பேசுவதன் வாயிலாக எங்களது குரலை புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள், எங்களது வலியை புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள், எங்களது வேதனையை புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். அந்த வேதனைக்கும் வலிக்கும் மருந்தை போடுவதற்கு இந்திய துணைக்கண்டத்திலே உள்ள மிகப்பெரிய மக்கள் திரளால் தான் முடியும், மத்திய அரசாங்கத்தால் முடியாது என்பதை மட்டும் கூறி எங்களுக்கு ஆதரவு தாருங்கள் என்று தன்னுடைய உரையை தோழர் தாரிகமி அவர்கள் முடித்திருக்கிறார். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.